Alright guys, welcome back to the second video on this channel. Today we are reacting to Proving Islam in 10 minutes. So this is Christian reacting to Proving Islam in 10 minutes. If you guys haven't seen the last video I posted, I reacted to the Throne of Allah. Also, if you guys want to watch this video without me reacting to it, I will link it in the description below. Feel free to watch it without my commentary. And let's get right into it.
Empty. Wow, that's a Big Bang. How did I get here? Did the Big Bang create me? No, the Big Bang couldn't have created me. That's just a process we observe. Who or what made this Big Bang bang? Who gave life to me? Was it my mum and dad? No, they just gave birth to me. They can't give life to me because if I die, they can't bring me back to life. And what about their mum and dad? And their mum and dad? And their mum and dad? And what if we go all the way back? Then who gave us life? And who started all of this? Evolution. But evolution isn't conscious. That's also just a process. What if we go back to the first cell? Who created that, or who gave rise to the first cell? Alright, well, let's think about this. Nothing existed, and then there was something. Well, nothing can't make something. If I do 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 forever, it'll always equal 0. It can never give me 1. Did we create ourselves? But that would be like a mother giving birth to herself. That doesn't make any sense. It's impossible. Was it another universe that made our universe? But wait a minute, this is just like the mom and dad thing again. Then if another universe made that universe, then how did that universe make that universe? And what if we go on forever? We go back in circles. Something had to start everything, and it couldn't have gone on forever. Otherwise, nothing would have started. It must be something that was always there, that's eternal. The first cause that caused everything to exist, the thing that created us. An initial energy or power. Okay, well, what should we call it? How about the Creator? That makes sense since it created us. The Creator must be powerful if it created everything. It must have willed or caused everything to come into existence. It must be wise or knowledgeable to create everything as we see it. Uniformity and regularity in nature, the stable laws of physics and gravity, the way everything is so finely tuned and precise. If the sun was a bit closer, we would all burn to death. And if it was a bit further away, we would all freeze to death. Okay, so what is this creator like? Well, the creator must be distinct and different from us. Everything we know about creators are different than their creation. If I make an iPhone, I'm nothing like an iPhone. I also don't become an iPhone. In the same way, the creator would be nothing like us, and also, it would be nothing like its creation. Well, are there 2 creators or 3 creators? How do we know it's just 1 creator? Well, if there's 2 creators, and then one wanted rain, and one didn't want rain, it can't both rain and not rain at the same time. So it has to be a single creator. Alright, I believe a creator exists, but what's the point of religion? Why would I follow one? And why would a creator have made a religion? Everything has a purpose. A water bottle has a purpose, to hold water so people can drink it. Even the socks you're wearing have a purpose, to keep you warm. This video has a purpose, to convey the message of Islam. Similarly, humans must have a purpose. The creator would have created it for some intended purpose. No creator creates something without any purpose at all. You cannot believe that a pair of socks have more purpose than you. We also have intellect. We are different from other beings because we can rationalize things and reason. We can also choose between what we think is right and wrong. This creator also has innately disposed inside of us an inclination to recognize that something created us.
It's like pretty hard to focus on this video, really, like, to be honest. It's hard to focus on it because the editing is so scratchy. He's like changing, I don't know, it's just all over the place. The editing, it's entertaining to watch, I guess, but it's hard to react to. It's hard to cut in. He's talking really fast, so I apologize if I'm not saying much.
And that some things are right and some things are wrong. We know killing innocent people is wrong intuitively, but humans need guidance because this doesn't cover everything. Some societies have different customs with different laws. Some people think eating dogs is okay. You might think that's clearly wrong, but without a creator's guidance to tell us exactly what's right and wrong, that's just your opinion. You think it's wrong, but somebody else that might want to eat them thinks that you're wrong, and you think that they're wrong, and somebody else thinks that you're both wrong, and no one's wrong, and he's wrong, and what if everyone's wrong, and he's right, and he's wrong? Then no one is right or wrong. You might think walking around naked is wrong, but a tribe in Africa thinks you're wrong, and they think it's normal customs and there's nothing wrong with it. There has to be clear right and wrong things, like rape, murder, stealing. These can't just be opinions. They must be innate truths. We need a religion to tell us how to live and what's right and wrong. Otherwise, it's just opinions that don't matter. Okay, this all makes sense. But what is Islam? Islam means submission, and a Muslim is one who submits his will to the Creator. The Creator sent many prophets, Moses, Jesus, Noah, peace be upon them all, for a message to the people. The same message, to worship the Creator alone without partners. But man is flawed, and people, kings, ignorant, the evil, the greedy, the disobedient, the arrogant, intentionally and accidentally distorted and kept changing the message they came with. So the Creator sent a final prophet, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, to keep mankind back on the straight path and be a guidance for the rest of time until the end of times. But what is the point of a prophet? Well, without them, we don't know about the Creator and what is right and wrong. They are the examples and the role models for mankind to follow. Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, came with the Quran, a claim that it is the Creator's speech. It is the Creator directly speaking to mankind and to the reader. Well, how can we prove the Quran is from the Creator? Well, we can study it. It was sent to the greatest poets in Arabia, and they could not match it. And they accepted it could not have been from a human. They came up with all sorts of excuses. It was magic, sorcery, but they did not think a human could have possibly made it. It also has a challenge inside of it that no one can produce a verse like it, and it is a linguistic masterpiece. This is attested to generally by all scholars, Muslims and non-Muslims, agreeing that the Quran is a literary marvel and in a league of its own. The book also has no contradictions and no mistakes. It has also been unchanged since it was revealed. We have manuscripts to prove this, that not even a single letter is different. Yet all of this somehow came from someone who was illiterate. Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, could not read or write. He never went to school and he had no education. It is still unexplained to this day how he came with the Quran. We also have an oral tradition to prove that the Quran is preserved by a chain of narration that goes all the way back to the Prophet, the source. Basically, millions of people have this book memorized by heart and they can recite it. If I read it perfectly and my teacher gives me the seal of approval and he got the seal of approval from his teacher that he did it perfectly, and his teacher from his teacher and his teacher from his teacher and his teacher, you go all the way back to the Prophet, the source, with no discrepancies, we can confirm the Quran is preserved. This is a unique claim that Islam has that no other religion does, as no other religion can prove their claims go all the way back to their source. The Quran also had things in there that were not known to anybody at the time, let alone an illiterate man in the deserts of Arabia almost 1,500 years ago in the 7th century. For example, the Big Bang was discovered in the 19th century. It was discovered that the universe was once a tiny, dense mass that exploded. Yet the Quran over 1,000 years before this said, the universe expanding also was not discovered until the 19th century, that theorized the universe is a finite mass that is expanding. Yet the Quran says over 1,000 years before this,
وَالسَّمَاءَ بَنَيْنَاهَا بِأَيْدٍ وَإِنَّا لَمُوسِعُونَ.
People used to believe the Earth was stationary and the Sun orbited the Earth. It was not until 1543 when Copernicus discovered that the Earth also has an orbit and is not stationary. And once again, the Quran, almost 1,000 years before this, correctly says,
وَهُوَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ كُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ يَسْبَحُونَ.
It is also known by scientists that iron comes from space with the explosion of a star. Then iron fragments are blasted into space, and that is how iron came to Earth millions of years ago. The Quran also indicates this when the Creator, Allah, says,
وَأَنزَلْنَا الْحَدِيدَ فِيهِ بَأْسٌ شَدِيدٌ.
We sent down iron with its great inherent strength in its many benefits for humankind.
وَمَنَافِعُ لِلنَّاسِ.
As the Creator here says, we sent down iron, indicating that it was sent from space or sent from somewhere not occurring naturally in Earth. The Creator also says messengers were sent with the scripture so people may maintain their affairs in justice. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, also told us about moral lessons. He spoke about spreading peace to your neighbors, giving charity, feeding the poor, taking care of the elderly and the young, stopping oppression, being compassionate, doing things with excellence, not harming anybody, and struggling against our desires. He also combated racism, saying there is no difference from an Arab or a non-Arab Arab, a black or a white, except in piety and good deeds. The Prophet also came with many prophecies of the future, and signs of the end times. He said barefoot Bedouin Arabs will compete in building the tallest buildings. They had no money in Arabia at the time. They were desert dwellers. This was a prediction that didn't make too much sense. He could have said the Romans, as the Roman Empire was the largest at the time. Even all the way up until now, they didn't make and compete in making tall buildings. Until about 50 years ago. Still, it was nothing but barren, dry desert. But the Prophet also said the earth will puke its treasures. And then oil came about. The Bedouin barefoot Arabs became rich, and they were able to build and compete in building the tallest buildings. There are hundreds of prophecies. You can read this book if you want to know more about what the Prophet prophesied almost 1,500 years ago that came true. Just as a cherry on top as well, he said, I was born on a Monday, I was given revelation on a Monday, and I will die on a Monday. And you know what day he died on? You can look this up for yourself. Now, if all of this makes sense to you, if you agree that the Creator created us, we didn't come from nothing, this Creator is not a dog or a cow or a man or a tree, the Creator is nothing like us, you can accept the reality. Accepting Islam is as easy as wearing a watch and you think the watch is nice, but you now say out loud, yes, I'm wearing a nice watch. You accept and testify to its truth. I testify there is no God worthy of worship except Allah, and that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. By the way, Allah just means God in Arabic, like how in Spanish it's Dios, in Hebrew it's Elohim, in Aramaic it's Ilah or Ilaha, and in English it's God or the Creator. I hope this video was of benefit to you. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, guys, that pretty much does it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate you guys watching. I don't really have much to say about this one. I'm kind of at a loss for words, but you guys were here watching it with me, so why don't you drop some comments, help me understand a little bit of what was being explained here, so I can learn how to react to these videos a little bit better in the future. It was a bit fast-paced for me, outside of my normal wheelhouse. You know, I'm a little slow. Okay, but yeah, I would love to get some more information out of that. And like I said at the beginning of the video, go watch my reaction to the Throne of Allah. It's a bit better than this one because it's a bit slower and I can keep up with it. I also want to react to more of these, so send me some links or just titles for the videos and I'll do my best to find them, but comment them in the comment section. If you want me to react to them, I'll do my best to get to them. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.